Well, hello again. Long time no see. Actually, for me, this is like the fastest video turnaround of all time. You know, it's weird because at the old house, my crafting, or my office, I guess, for lack of a better expression, was bigger, but like because it was upstairs, I found that I didn't want to go to it all that often. And yet, like here, my office is like, if you go out, wait, the door's right there. If you go out the door, you're kind of in our downstairs living room. And so like, I don't know, I find myself in here all the time. So maybe filming videos won't be as, spread out as they had been in the past. But I say that and who knows what we're gonna do. So hello. It is, oh man, it is a blizzard morning outside. It snowed all day yesterday. Well, not really all day. And then, but we had off work because of the storm. And then today is just like high winds and it is intense. I'm drinking some rooibos tea. It is delicious. I think it's Celestial Seasonings, Madagascar vanilla or something like that. You need it for a day like this. And don't worry, for all of you guys at home, I still have my neon on. It might not look like I do, but safety first. I just took a shower, so my hair is all wet, but you'll forgive me. So I decided after filming my whip parade, which if you haven't seen that video, please do. I will put it in the cards somewhere if I can figure out how to do that. And after doing my whip parade, I realized that number one, I finished a lot of things last year and I'm very proud of that. But number two is that I didn't fully finish almost anything. I only fully finished one thing. And I was like, that's just not acceptable. I tend to finish things, like fully finish things. I'm not very good at finishing the things, but once I have the thing finished, I tend to like to actually make it into a thing, right? I don't have a like under the bed box, or at least like I didn't until last year where I didn't do anything, as I said, except for one FFO. So I decided to make a plan and I was like, you know what? I'm going to FFO it all of them, all the pieces that were sitting. I had them on this hanger and I was like, I am going to FFO every single darn one of these. And for those of you that don't know what FFO stands for, that means fully finished object. It means that not only have I completed all the stitching, but I've made whatever thing that I'm going to make. So I decided, I was like, I'm going to FFO it all. So I used my handy dandy bullet journal and I made a list of all of the things. I can even show it to you. How about that? I made a list of all of the things and then I wrote down what I was going to do with it. And then if I needed any supplies. So work crap. Here you go. So name of the thing, supplies needed. I did write down the date that I finished it. And then if I needed any supplies, I wrote those down too. Because I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So made my list, went through my things, went through all my, gobbledygook that's around this room. And I said, all right, we're going to FFO it all. So I FFO'd everything except for one thing. And that's because I'm scared. And we'll talk about that at the end. So remind me because we're going to talk about it. But where's the page that has the things on it? There we go. We are going to talk. I did it all. And I did it in the course. It took me about a week. There was a lot of gluing and sewing. And of course I have a full-time job and almost 2-year-old. So it took me a while, but I did manage to FFO all these things. I am going to also say that I am in no way a good sewer. Like I have a sewing machine. I can do some things. I know enough to be dangerous. My cat is currently trying to get into a basket. So hence the noise. So my things are not like, I'm not Vanna Pfeiffer, okay? I'm nowhere near her, right? She's in Indiana and I'm in Iowa and there's a whole lot of states in between, okay? Like I'm not at that level. I did use her tutorials for most of this stuff, especially with the mounted flat folds. I'll link that down below. If you haven't watched Vanna's videos, like Where Have You Been? Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, she's just a great teacher. And I watched her videos many times. So I used a lot of that knowledge. But my things are not straight. My seams aren't straight. My corners aren't perfect. I rarely center anything. I try really hard, but it ends up not so. So everything that I framed, I laced myself, which is a feat in and of itself, but nothing is center. And I figure, you know what? If I really want to, I could take it all apart and I could relace it and then it'd be center. But I'm probably not going to do that, except for one. One kind of bothers me, but I have some ideas I want to add to it and we'll get to that. But so please don't judge me on my off-center, bad corner, wonky finishes. Because you know what I decided? I said done is better than perfect. And I have things that I can display in my house. And you know what? No one's coming over to my house being like, Rachel, that pillow's a little off-center. Because you know what? It doesn't matter. Because done is better than perfect. That is my slogan for 2020. Done is better than perfect. The tea is good. So, long, ranty intro to now the pile. In total, I finished 20 things. As I said, I have one that I have not finished. I have details in front of me. I keep, also in my bullet journal, I keep a list of all my projects, when I started them, when I finished them, when I FFO'd them, and I carry that through my different bullet journals. I'm a big bullet journaler, if you didn't know that about me. So I got some details in front of me. If you want any further information, like fabric or that kind of thing, let me know in the comments below. And let's get this started. Okay. First is my oldest FO, or finished object. So this is the oldest thing that was in my stack, and I decided, how are we gonna do this? I'll just pull it random. You guys won't care. So this is called True Friend. I believe this is by Joan Elliott, but it doesn't look like a Joan Elliott the way you think a Joan Elliott looks like. It's not a fancy lady. But I think this is True Friend. It was a kit that I got at Joann Fabrics. I started this in July of 2015. I finished it in November of 2015, and I FFO'd it in 2020. So, only took me 5 years. And here you go. So it says, a true friend is a found treasure, and I made it into a pillow. Ha! I was like, I had this obviously for a long time, and I kept going, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because I kind of stitched it just on a whim. I mean, it's on Aida. It's only 3 colors. And I think I was burnt out. This was around the time that I did the frogs, and I was kind of burnt out. So this was like a in-between piece. This is also back when I did one project at a time. And anyway, so I've had this obviously just sitting around, and finally I'm like, no, I'm going to finish it into something. It's not just going to collect dust. So I made it into a little pillow that I can then put in my dough bowl, which my dough bowl has turned into a cat bowl, as in my cat is currently sitting in my dough bowl. Kumasi. But there we go. It's just a simple pillow finish. I didn't do anything fancy, and I sewed up the bottom, and my stitches look actually all right. And yeah, done. Beautiful. So that was number 1. I'm not going to know the numbers of these, so we're going to lose it after number 1. Okay. Number 2, this is also an old one. So this is called Zombie Loaf. This is by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I believe it's still available on their website. I started this in May of 2017 and finished it in May of 2017. So this, I believe, was one of my very first. This was from my very first Stitch Mania. And here he is. Isn't he cute? I stitched this on black Aida. And then I put this like crushed velvet or whatever as the back. I might add some trim around him, but I might not at the same time. Like I didn't, and I don't know. He's really cute, and I like this as the back. I use the DMC conversion. He's cute. Yeah, Zombie Loaf. Also for my dough bowl. I was into like pillows for my dough bowl, even though like no one sees my dough. You know what I need? I need a dough bowl for work, and then I can fill it with stuff. I currently don't have any cross stitch at work. We need to change that. All right, what's up next? Let's see. We'll do some more pillows. Okay, so I showed in my last video one of the birds that my mom gave me. They were bird kits that she got while she was in New Zealand. There were 3 of them in total. I already FFO'd one of them and I gave it to her back in 2019. I say that back in 2019. I FFO'd it like December 29th. So, you know, cutting it close there. But she came over. My husband and I went to Chicago for New Year's Eve. And so my mom babysat my daughter. And anyway, I gave it to her then. Well, I FFO'd the other 2. I both finished because I wasn't done stitching these guys. So I both stitched and FFO'd them. So let's see. This one is Tauhu, I think. Isn't he cute? And I did these just as little pillow ornaments. And then this one is called Piwaka Waka, I think. Yeah, Piwaka Waka. And I stitched both of these while I was in the car to and from Chicago. So I just used some homespun on the back, little gold hanger. So yeah, my mom will like those. All right, up next, I got this one. I might add some trim around. So this, I can't remember which one is which. One of them is grass egg and one of them is rosy egg. I stitched them on the same piece of fabric. These were kits. They're by Shepherd's Bush. These were kits that Sporty Stitcher, Jessica, she brought to the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat. They were from a fellow stitcher who had passed away. And Jessica had managed to get her stash in an estate sale. And so she brought it to the retreat. So I picked these guys up. And as I said, one of them is grass egg, one of them is rosy egg, and I don't know which is which. But I stitched them side by side on the same piece of fabric. Again, by Shepherd's Bush. Don't focus on my face. And then here's the back. So very simple, but as I said, I might add some trim to this guy. I don't know. I feel like, you know, the stitching is kind of fancy. Maybe it needs a little lace or something. I don't know. But then at the same time, like, so I stuck this in the dough bowl and it looked super cute. And I was like, oh, Easter. So anyway, Shepherd's Bush, super cute. All right. Let's see what else we got for pillow finishes. So we'll do these 2 together because they go together. So at the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat in 2018, yes, 2018, Teresa of Shakespeare's Peddler was the guest designer. And she gave us a kit for 2 designs, and it was called Pale Pumpkins. It was a exclusive for the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat. And so it had 2 different designs. One was to make like a pin cushion that goes on top of a candlestick. I didn't end up doing that because I didn't have a candlestick, and I didn't end up doing that. And then the other was for a scissor fob. So I finished both of them. So I decided to make this guy. So this is what's supposed to be on the candlestick. And I made it into a little ornament. And Teresa did provide the backing fabric. And then I trimmed it in some like twine. So Shakespeare's Peddler, Pale Pumpkins. I think it turned out pretty cute. I don't know where I'm gonna hang it in the fall, but like, I don't know. I think it's cute. And then this is the little scissor fob. And I don't know if you're supposed to attach this to the top or the bottom. I attached mine to the bottom. So it's got some little mice. And then you stitch a little pocket on the back. And this is one of Teresa's buttons. And there's little pockets. You could put needles in there. You could put little, little notes in there. You know, you could put your scissors in there if they're, you know, skinny enough. Well, I guess it's a scissor fob. But I don't know. I haven't put on a pair of scissors yet. So cute. And it came with this little twine, backing fabric, all that. So yay. Thank you very much, Teresa. Kitten Stitcher. That is her YouTube handle. Or I think it's her YouTube handle and her Instagram handle is Kitten Stitcher. So good. All right, my last pillow finish is, no offense to those other ones, it's also my favorite. So this is called Alice's Mad Plant by Michelle Bendy Stitchy. And I did a color conversion to all color and cotton floss, and I did it on a, like, I think this is called dark lilac or something like that. So here's my finish. I added some crazy like tassel trim, which I didn't do very well, but you know, done is better than perfect. And then for Michelle, I did a batik on the back because I felt like that just represents her. So yeah, you can totally see this is where I had a hole that I stuffed it with. And I just whip stitched it together and went, you know what? That's where I stitched it. Doesn't bother me. So I don't know. I might put a piece of like felt over it or something, but you know, probably I won't because it's homemade. It's a little wabi sabi. But I absolutely love this. I think it's so freaking cute. I don't know. I love the tassels and the, like, I like that I stitched it on purple and I, you know. Here's a close up. You need it. If you haven't bought this chart, you should. Michelle's an awesome person. Yeah. All right. Those are my pillows. Next we'll do, this is sort of a pillow, but it's not really a pillow. So this is Little Princess Snow by Just Nan. I finished her. So obviously she gets turned into this little owl. So this is a whole, the kit comes with the beads, and then the embellishments. I can't remember what fabric I used for her, but there she is. Super cute. So she'll go with my other owl. We'll be friends. Let's see. This one I did kind of as like an ornament slash like wall hanging or whatever. I like to do these Mill Hills like that. So this is Country Morning by Mill Hill. So I just had to back it with some felt. Add a little, I think I'm going to hang this on my door or something at work. Like in the spring. Or, well, I guess this is supposed to be fall because the crops look brown. But there's flowers. I don't know what season this is supposed to be. Maybe it's summer. Maybe it's winter wheat. But like these look like trees that are starting to turn. So I don't know. Maybe these are fall flowers. I don't know. That's Autumn Morning by Mill Hill. Or it's called Country Morning. It's called Country Morning. No season. All right. Let's see. This guy I had finished, but I hadn't added the loop yet. So this is, oh, what is this called? Lights Owl. And I did this as a ornament for my daughter. So I made the cording and then, you know, some lights on the back. It's not perfect, but it's cute. And then this is the ornament I made for her this year. This is Pansies. And I put some rickrack around it. And that says Vivian 2019. Cute. I hope to make her an ornament every year. And then this guy, was a collaboration between Color and Cotton and Heart and Hand, and it came in the fall box for the Color and Cotton fall box. This is Creeping It Round, and this is not center, but we're gonna pretend like it is. It came with the rickrack and the floss. This is my fabric, and this is my backing fabric, and that was my cat. Super cute. I really, really like this Frankenstein down here. I think he's just adorable. Creeping It Round. All right. Next up, so this is what I had to use the queen herself, Vanna, for. Kumasi. Okay. Go away. All right. This is what I needed Vanna for. Okay. Kumasi. This is my cat. This is Kumasi. One of my cats, I should say. He's naughty, but I love him. And as you can tell by his facial expression, he's upset that I'm kissing him instead of him causing trouble. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, big boy? All right, go back there. Anyway, all right, mounted flat folds. So these are, it actually comes as one chart. So this is Seasons by Lizzie Kate, and I decided to do them as mounted flat folds. Look at that. Woo! So we'll start with winter. And I did them all the same. So they all have the same backing, the same everything. So there's winter. Well, let's go in order. Here's spring. Here is summer. And here is autumn. And I know I could have like done some magnets and did what Priscilla and Chelsea do, and yeah. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna make 4 flat folds. Cause you know what? I've never made one before, so I might as well just make 4. Love them. I think they turned out so cute, and they're like little books. So yeah. Very, very happy with those. Those took forever, like to glue all of the fabric, and ugh, it was like days. They were all in this, by the way. All right, last up. So these are the ones that I framed. So take your judgery-do and put it away for a minute, because I know they're not center. I know they're crooked, but you know, done is better than perfect. I wouldn't judge any of you guys' finish. In fact, I don't notice things like that. I only am like that critical about myself. So this is Heart's Garden. This is by Shepherd's Bush. See, it's all wabi-sabi. But you know, it's great. It's great. I think I'm going to send this to my mother-in-law. I think she would like it. This is Let It Be. This is by Bee Cottage. I don't think this one's that bad, but it definitely is not straight. But yeah, Let It Be. Let's see. This one is Christmas is Coming. I like this frame. I think it plays off the teal. My husband looks at it though, and he's like, that's not a Christmas chart. I'm like, it is. And he's like, no. I'm like, it's Santa riding a snail. And then last one, this is the one I'm the least happy with. And either I'm going to take it apart and get a different frame, or I'm going to add some stuff to it, because the way it is right now, it just kind of, I don't know, bothers me. So this is How Does Your Garden Grow? I like the frame, but like, I don't like all this empty space. It just makes like it even more apparent that it's not straight. So I'm thinking about adding some like fake flowers down along the bottom or something, like make it a little more like Priscilla Chelsea, you know, make it a little fun. But that is How Does Your Garden Grow? Bye. Fancy that. And that's it, my friends. That is my FFO parade. And my cat is such a creep. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. That's basically also a stitching update, because all I have stitched on since I have last talked to you is I finished those 2 birds and then FFO'd everything, basically. There hasn't been a whole lot of action. Oh, I finished Little Princess Snow. I stitched on her too, and then FFO'd her. So like, okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is the only piece that I have not FFO'd, and that is Birds to the Boughs by Lindy Stitches. I bought a frame for it. Like, I was at Hobby Lobby. I had all my, I bring my, I don't know about you guys, but I bring my pieces to Hobby Lobby. I keep them in a folder, and then I just, like, I take my piece of fabric and I'm walking around all the frames and, you know, seeing what I like. Like, there ain't no shame in my game. Yeah, I don't care. So I had all my stuff. So I brought Birds to the Boughs, and so I bought a frame for it. And then I brought it home and I proceeded to do all this. And I'm like, girl, you can't do anything straight or centered. And that piece has the most beautiful border on it. Like, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to get it professionally framed because I think it'll look better. I think it needs a mat, and they'll probably do a way better job than I can, is the truth. And I really like it. Like, I think it deserves, like professional framing. I just think it'll look so nice. So I will take the frame that I originally bought for it. I'll use it for something else. It wasn't that expensive, so it's not, a big deal, but we'll see. We'll see. You know what I just thought of? Like, for this one, I just saw this on Priscilla and Chelsea's video, is where they cover the mat board in a fabric, and then they put the magnets, and then they mount their piece on top of that. Maybe I should do that with this and put a fabric on the background, and then make this more like the size of this, and then stick it on top. That would look really cute. I don't know. I'm thinking about taking this one to work. So but at the same time, it's done. I would have to redo it. I don't know. You want to see my lacing job? Ta-da! I could take it apart. It's not this wouldn't take that long to take apart, but I'd have to redo it. You know what? I'm just going to bring it to work the way it is, and what does it matter? I'll still enjoy it. I don't know. Any of you guys dither the way I am currently dithering about what I'm doing with my life? I don't know. So, yeah, that's all really I have for you. I've been looking at all my, what I've been stitching. I've been looking at all my whips, and I'd really like to finish a bunch of stuff this year. I'm in the mood, Last year I said I was in the mood, but I wasn't. I wasn't in the mood. But now I'm in the mood. I want to finish some stuff. I got a lot of stuff I want to start. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that I want to start, and I want to finish. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you are having a fantastic day, and hope you're staying warm if you're in a place that is cold, and I'll catch you later. Bye.